Second one, this is probably, you think, oh, this is common sense. Working software. Our comprehensive documentation. Yes, documentation is helpful. If you work with open source software and everything, and open source doesn't have documentation, sometimes it's harder. You have to go read the source code. But sometimes some basic documentation helps. But we don't want to spend ages and ages writing documentation which nobody is going to read. That happens. How many of you actually read the manuals that come with your mobile phone? Right, okay. Problem solved. You know, working software. That's important. And then you can get the next one, customer collaboration. Notice it sort of ties in with the first one, individuals and interactions, right? Customer collaboration. We are talking about talking to people. We're not talking about signing contracts. We're not talking about getting lawyers involved. And talking about how much are we going to charge. We're actually, yes, those things are important because our set of interactions and we have to have certain kinds of levels of understanding. And there are people who take care of it. But you cannot work as a tester if you don't collaborate with your customers. Whether it's directly with customers, sometimes you have proxy customers, but you have to have that interaction. And you must be willing to be bold enough to go out and ask the questions. And there's a second point, this is not just the contracts, because there are now companies that will come up and do things differently. They will rather work on a principle and say, we will pay you per feature that you deliver. Or we understand that this development is very complex. We will walk that path with you and help you to learn because we know and understand our domain. We know where we want to go to, but we do not have the skills to develop. So together we will walk this path. So there are people that's actually taking that kind of philosophy. And it will come with success. It's not a common kind of problem because we are still very much in the old mindset in many things. But the whole concept of having that agile mindset is one of this is this big collaboration. And then the last one is responding to change over following the plan. Now, there's a very famous military general who came in prison the Second World War, and he said, planning is everything, plans are nothing. And elsewhere, I think this is one of the other generals said, all plans will not survive contact with the enemy. What does this mean?
Plans will not survive?
Plans will not survive contact with the enemy. Does that make sense? Still not? Okay. I will translate this for you in a different way. In a language you do understand. It's cricket. Okay, a lot of you say you like cricket. So, we are going to go and play another team, right? And we have studied them. We know what's the strengths and the weaknesses, so you have an idea. We are going to bowl these guys this way. And if we feel, we want to figure out, maybe if that guy's not coming to bat, we might want to put a placement like that way. So we have ideas. Once you're on the field, you can't follow that plan. Yes. You have the ideas. So the planning was that process of the planning and thinking. It's understanding, that's where there's the important part. The plan is useful because it's a guidance, but you can't stick to it. Okay, so there's the concept of responding to change. Now in software, we have the same kind of thing. So we start with a plan, we think, right, we're going to start off, we want to deliver a bunch of features, so let's sort of draw them out. We think this is where we want to go. It's sort of become a roadmap or some idea. But then, after we deliver the third feature, we decide actually something else coming to play now. The market has changed. Maybe we want to not do those features, we want to put a new feature in, or we want to reprioritize some of the features. If we did it the old way, we couldn't do it because we were following the plan. Unfortunately, we'll still get people who are still in the mindset they don't want you to deviate from the plan because that is what they value. They spend a lot of time building this plan. But they do not want to change. And this is where the Agile mindset is. We are actually going to change. This does not mean we're going to run around in chaos and throw things out every now and then. Oh, do you want to change? Do you want to change it again? Oh, we just have to change. No. Right? No, it is not panic. We still do it, we have common sense, we keep panicking out of it, but we allow gaps where we can make the change. Okay? It's like changing drivers in a car. Do you want to change the drivers in the car whilst you are driving? It's possible, okay, but you don't want to do it. You want to drive, no, you stop, you're not going to change the driver. Same principle. Right. Now, what we're going to do is going to do a little exercise. And we have these cards here. Okay. Anyway, just to show you first. So, these are called the Agile principles. So we did Agile Manifesto now, which is just as 4 sets of values. So you can consider these as another set of values or a set of principles. Now I want to say once again, these are not law. I mean, they are not like some kind of script. They're not a rec veto or anything like that, right? Or a Christian Bible and things where people will live like that. Okay, it's a set of principles, but they are very good guidelines. If you come to a problem at some stage, you say, how are we going to solve this? And someone get bogged down in processes. Let's go back to the principles. Let's just read these principles, see what it says. And you will have the kind of principles and go through it. And you say, okay, I have a guideline. I go back to my basic values of thinking about things. Okay, that's what are very, very useful. So we can add on a set. So in your teams, you're going to go through. You spend 2 minutes on every set, on every card in here, and you discuss it what you think it means. And then thereafter, so you've got there's 12 principles. 2 minutes gives you 24 minutes, and then thereafter we will discuss this as a group.